In the first episode, I introduced this campaign 1000 kilometers for the first 1000 days. But there is one question that I did not properly answer. What actually happens after you make the donation? Because saying that small actions compounds sounds very nice in theory, but where does the money go? Can a relatively small donation make a difference against childhood stunting in Indonesia? The first 1000 days of a child begins during pregnancy and continue until roughly the second birthday. During this period of time, their brains and body develop very quickly, and this is the foundation of a person's life. Poor nutrition, repeated illness, and inadequate monitoring can cause effects that is later irreversible down the road. This is where stunting can begin. And stunting is not simply a child being shorter than average. It can be a sign that a child is experiencing long-term nutritional and health problems during a critical period of their development. So the earlier this risk is noticed, the more opportunity to do something. At first, the solution sounds very obvious. Just give the families more nutritious food. But the problem is usually more complicated than what we are seeing today. A mother may not know what nutrition she needs during pregnancy. A family may not realize that their child's growth has fallen behind. They might live very far away from the clinic, or a health worker living closest to them might not have the right access to tools and trainings to provide the necessary guidance. That is why 1000 Days Funds works with community health workers. These are the people who are already closest to the families in Nusa Tenggara. They understand the villages, they understand the mothers, and they can continue supporting them long after the outside influence has gone home. With better training and tools, one health workers can monitor pregnancies, measure children's growth, explain nutrition, and notice warning signs earlier. So one trained health worker does not help only one child once, they can support many families repeatedly over several years. That is where compounding happens. One donation helps support training and tools, one trained health workers support many mothers. And then the bet is that those mothers are better equipped to make decisions for their children. And those decisions might shape the children's future. And I also want to be honest, one donation does not magically guarantee that one more child will never experience stunting. Real life is a lot more complicated than that. What your donation provides is a better chance, a better probability that a mother receives useful information, a better probability that a child's growth is monitored, a better probability that a warning sign is noticed before the problem comes to the surface. That might not sound dramatic or heroic like you see in the movies, but a child does not need to become a CEO or a doctor or the next inventor to deserve someone else's help. Growing into a healthy adult, being able to care for their parents, their family, and living with dignity is already a worthy outcome. This is why I see the campaign as a form of long-term investing. Not because we expect anything in return, but because we are putting resources into a potentially good outcome that we might never witness in the future. One training session, one conversation with a mother, one child being monitored earlier, 1 kilometer, one donation. None of these actions solve the entire problem, but together they move something towards the right direction. So over the next 16 weeks, I will attempt to run 1000 kilometers leading up to my first full marathon. And every kilometer you can see me suffering publicly, and you can donate directly through Curis on the campaign page. The amount is completely up to you. The running is simply my way of keeping this campaign alive, earning your attention, and showing up consistently for the cause. We cannot solve childhood stunting problem across Indonesia through one marathon. I'm not delusional, but we can help one more health workers receive the proper training, and we can help one more mother receiving support and one more child receive a fair chance to grow normally. You can see the link and the Curis in the description below. You can follow the training, share the campaign, enjoy watching me suffering, and then donate whenever you are ready. Cheers.